Very good morning, students. Today we will continue with coordinate geometry. So yesterday's continuous class. Today we will see the section formula what we learned previously. So what is the section formula we have learned? Then let C be a point Cx comma y can be got by m1 x2 plus m2 x1 by m1 plus m2 comma m1 y2 plus m2 y1 by m1 plus m2. So this is the section formula what we have learnt yesterday. Now, so here AB are the 2 points and C is a point. So it is dividing in some ratio. If I am saying that it is dividing in 2:2 ratio, 2:2 ratio means it will get cancelled 1:1 ratio. Means A to C, how much distance is there? C to B also the same distance. So how the formula will become if the ratios are same? If the ratios are same, what the formula will become here? Cx comma y is equals to m1 means 1, so x2 plus x1 by 2 comma y2 plus y1 by 2. So this can be written as x2 plus x1 can be written as x1 plus x2 by 2. This is y1 plus y2 by 2. The name of this formula we will call it as midpoint. So the third formula today we are learning is midpoint of a line. So if he is asking in the question to find the midpoint of a given point, so what we need to use? We need to use the formula x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. So this is the formula for midpoint. Why we are calling it as midpoint? When we have to use this midpoint formula, if the ratio is same. If the ratio is same, then we have to use the formula as midpoint. Okay. Let us see this midpoint formula how to be applied. So observe one thing, that parallelogram. We'll perform one question based on this parallelogram. So let ABCD is a parallelogram, AC is the diagonal and BD is the other diagonal. So they are meeting at O. So diagonals are bisect each other. So diagonals of a parallelogram are bisect each other, which means equal. So if it is bisecting means, then I can say that AO is equals to OC as well as BO is equals to OD. So AO is equals to OC and BO is equals to OD, then I can make midpoint of AC. Midpoint of AC is equals to midpoint of BD. So midpoint of AC. Why? Because O is becoming midpoint of AC. Why it is becoming means A to how much distance is there? O to C also same distance. So since the distance is same, its ratio will be same. If ratio is same, this point will consider it as a midpoint. So I can write midpoint of AC is equals to midpoint of BD. In BD also O is becoming the midpoint. Why? Because OB is equals to OD. So since O is becoming the midpoint, I can write midpoint of AC is equals to midpoint of BD. Why? Because for both also the midpoints are O. Now let us apply this in a formula. Yeah. Observe this in this question. If the point A 6, 1, B 8, 2, C 9, 4, D P, 3 are the vertices of a parallelogram. taken in order. So we need to find P. So remember that always when in coordinate geometry, whenever he is talking about the parallelogram vertices, so we need to draw the parallelogram diagram. So A, B, C and D we have written in order. So A point is 6, 1, B point is 8, 2, C point is 9, 4 and D point is P, 3. So we need to join the diagonals. So we learned that midpoint of AC must be equal to midpoint of BD. That is a formula to be used for this question. So midpoint of AC is equals to midpoint of BD. So what is midpoint formula here? x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. Here also x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. Now this is x1 y1, here it is x2 y2, x1 y1, here it is x2 y2. We can represent this one x1 y1 and this one x2 y2, no problem in that. So we can, but make sure that AC point should be x1 y1 x2 y2, BD points also should be x1 y1 x2 y2. Now let us substitute in this formula. So if I am talking about AC, x1 is 6, 6 plus 9. So 6 plus 9 by 2 comma y1 plus y2, that is 1 plus 4 by 2 is equals to, here x1 plus, that is 8 plus P by 2 comma 2 plus 3 by 2. Okay, 6 plus 9 is 15 by 2. So 15 by 2 comma 5 by 2 is equals to 8 plus P by 2. We cannot add the variable and number, so it is 5 by 2. Now in order to get P value, it is x coordinate. So in this x coordinate we can make equal. So 15 by 2 is equals to 8 plus P by 2. So 2 gets cancelled. 15 is equals to 8 plus P. 7 is equals to P. Because 15 minus 8 is 7. So this is the way of doing parallelogram question. Now let us talk about the ratio again. Okay, see this question. So find the ratio in which y-axis is dividing the line segment joining the points. There are 2 points, A 5 comma minus 6 and B is another point minus 1 comma minus 4. So this is x1 y1, this is x2 y2. So whenever question if he is asking find the ratio in which y-axis divides or x-axis divides. So remember one thing, that we need to assume the ratio as k is to 1. We need to assume the ratio as k is to 1. So let the ratio be k is to 1. We can assume m1, m2 only, but to get an answer very easily we are assuming it as k is to 1. Now let us put this case to 1 in our section formula. So I am assuming that the ratio point is C. So C x comma y is equals to, section formula we need to write m1 x2 plus m2 x1 by m1 plus m2 comma m1 y2 plus m2 y1 by m1 plus m2. So is equals to m1 is, so here it is m1, here it is m2. So m1 is k into minus 1 plus 1 into 5 divided by k plus 1 comma m1 k into minus 4 plus 1 into minus 6 divided by k plus 1. So it is minus k plus 5 by k plus 1 minus 4k minus 6 by k plus 1. So we can, now after doing this, he is saying that the point is on y-axis. So every point on y-axis will be in the form of 0 comma y. 0 comma y means x coordinate will be 0. X coordinate will be 0. So in this we got x coordinate and y coordinate. To get our value, since he is talking about y axis, I will make my x coordinate as 0. So I can make minus k plus 5 by k plus 1 is equals to 0. Make sure why we are making this value as 0 means y axis. If he is saying x axis, I would have made this is equals to 0. Why? Because in x axis x comma 0 will be there. So where y coordinate is 0, I have to make y coordinate is equals to 0. So here if I transpose 0 into something, it will be 0 only. So minus k plus 5 is equals to 0, minus k is equals to minus 5, k value is 5. So I got the ratio k value is 5 means 5 is to 1. So ratio we got it as 5 is to 1. So substitute that value in this. So the point of intersection will be minus 5 plus 1 by 5 plus 1 comma minus 4 into 5 minus 6 by 5 plus 1. So that is 0, minus 5 plus 5, 0 by something is 0, minus 26 by 6. So that is 0 comma minus 13 by 3. So this is the point of intersection. Okay. Next let us learn very good morning students. Today we will learn linear equations, system of linear equations. System of linear equations. Okay. Already we have learned linear equations in our lower classes. So we have two basic things to be remembered. They are consistent and second one is inconsistent. So when we can say two linear equations are consistent or inconsistent, see here. So first let me take an equation, two linear equations, 3x minus y is equals to 7, 4x plus 2y is equals to 5. So if you find the solution of these two linear equations, so you are going to get two different values which will not satisfy, means these two also will satisfy the same value. So that's the reason if I am solving these two linear equations, I am going to get x value and y value. And moreover, it will satisfy, for example, x is equals to 2 and y is equals to minus 1 if I got. See, I have not done solving and saying that if x value is 2 and y value minus 1 if I got, then this represents that these two linear equations are having only one solution. What is that solution? 2 comma minus 1 is the solution. So 2 comma minus 1 is the solution, so we are having only one solution. That solution we will call it as a unique solution. So if your system of linear equations are representing only a single solution, then we will call that system of linear equations as a consistent linear equations. So if they are consistent, the lines will be intersecting lines. The system of lines will be intersecting lines. It means, to show in the graph, so they are going to meet at one point. That is, these are called intersecting lines. So when we are going to call these two lines as intersecting lines, if they are going to get a unique solution, and that unique solution, if it is getting intersecting lines, we will call that system of linear equations are consistent. So when I can call it as consistent in another manner also there. So let us take another equation here. If suppose the equation is so if you observe here, if you solve these two equations, we will get 0 is equals to 0. It means we will never get the values for this. Why? Because these two are same linear equations, but here in the second equation we have multiplied with some scalar number which is nothing but 2. 3 2s are 6, 4 2s are 8, 7 2s are 14. So we are not even going to get here x and y values. So this is also called as consistent. So how that we are going to represent in the linear equations means these are called as coincident lines. So line upon a line, we will call it as coincident lines. So these coincident lines also will be consistent. So we have to understand two things here. If we are getting a unique solution, we have to call it as consistent. If we are not getting any solution, like even though if you are not able to get x value and y value also, that we have to call it as coincident. Next, let us talk about inconsistent. So let us take a linear equation. 3x plus 4y is equals to 5. 6x plus 8y is equals to 7. So if you observe these two linear equations, after solving these two linear equations, we will get two different values. We will get x value and y value, no doubt about that. But these x and y values, how while representing in the graph, so this is the first line and this will be the second line. Means these two lines will never intersect, never meet one another. So this type of lines we will call it as parallel lines. This type of lines we are going to call it as parallel lines. So if the lines are parallel and if the equations are like this, we will call it as inconsistent system of linear equations. Inconsistent. So this is about consistent and inconsistent. Next, matrix representation of system of linear equations. So how we will represent linear equations in matrix here? So these are the two linear equations. How I will represent in linear equation means the coefficient of the variables we will treat it here. 3, 4, there 2, 4, and variables x, y, and the constants minus 5, minus 9. Why we will write here minus 5, minus 9 means according to the standard linear equations, it should means we have to transpose this plus 5 to that side, it will become minus 5, or plus 9 to other side, it will become minus 9. So this is called as coefficient matrix. Coefficient matrix. And this is constant matrix. So if it may be three variables also, means three linear equations with three variables also we can represent in this manner. So if I mix up this, so this is represented by Ax is equals to B. This is A matrix, this is X matrix, this is B matrix. So if I am writing A, B together, then the name we are going to give it as augmented matrix. Augmented matrix. Remember carefully that what is augmented matrix? If we are mixing the A matrix along with the variables. So let me write here for understanding. 3, 4, 2, 4, x, y. So this we are going to call it as augmented matrix. We will call it as a augmented matrix. So A by B.